YouTube, what's up, man? It's your boy River Levi.
It's your boy Fortune 5000.
That's successful fellas, man. Know what I'm saying?
What?
Go ahead.
What is successful to you though?
What is successful to me?
Cause I answered this before.
Oh, successful to me is just really just being happy, man. Like really finding that median to where you just happy, stress-free, no worries. And I feel like it's like a triangle. You gotta find that spiritual happiness, that love happiness, and that workspace happiness. You know what I'm saying? When you combine them all into one, and it's all just that perfect median in the middle. I don't think you could beat that type of happiness right there, man. That's successful to me.
What you been doing since you've been free, you know what I'm saying, to become successful financially?
Financially, first thing first, I design pools. That's my main job. That's the job that I do, you know what I'm saying, right now. But all the spare time I got, I invest in stocks.
That's a lot of money in that too.
What was I do? Invest in shows. Right now, I'm trying to start this clothing line. Invest in YouTube. Working on real estate. And, you know, that's about it right now. What about yourself?
But think about what he said now. He didn't just say I got one side hustle. He said I got this job doing pools and I got these things I'm doing on the side, because it's all about multiple streams of income. I think the average millionaire got like 7 to 9 streams of income, right?
Get some Jews real quick to understand. See, for people like myself and himself, this main job, we say main job because it's a job that we actually spend a lot of time on. This job just keep us financially straight so we can pay our bills, have something to eat, and also make more money to invest. But these passive income is, we're not spending no time on it. Just a little bit of thought process, you know what I'm saying? Because time is money, and that's that. And a lot of poor people, which I consider ourselves still to be poor, we invest a lot of time to make money. People that's in the higher brackets, the rich people and wealthy people, they invest a lot of ideas to make money, and they invest money to make money.
Mm-hmm. Intellectual property, man.
Better believe it.
So, one of the things I want to talk about that I've been doing since I've been out, right, is promoting. And the reason why I want to bring up this promoting is me and him did a show for Juneteenth, right? You know what I'm saying? Put some money up to get a celebrity, an R&B singer came out here, put on a good show. We had,
shout out to Life Jennings.
Yeah, Life Jennings, you know what I'm saying, who we had. So, the raw thing about it is they don't ask you, have you ever been convicted of a felon?
Oh, man.
Never one time out of all the shows that I've done have they asked, have you ever been convicted of a felon? The transportation company I started, every single warehouse we get the contracts with asks you if you've been convicted of a felon.
Think about it.
And it's a business. This isn't me. I'm not filling out an application to work for the warehouse. I transport products for them. That's it. You know what I'm saying? They still ask these questions. But when it comes to promoting, that's one thing convicted felons need to look into, man.
Promoting, man. Just really investing in the whole, because you got people out here who putting all their money inside the saving accounts, inside these weak ass CDs, and inside a lot of this weak ass secure stuff, but the return on it is so low, so I call that just dead money, you feel me? And I got that from your boy Robert Kiyosaki.
Kiyosaki?
Robert Kiyosaki, Kikoman. That
Yeah.
right there, that
That's
boy
a
right
dude.
there. So
Rich Dad,
Poor Dad, another book that you need to read. Once I got that into my brain, I'm like, damn, I used to have all this money back in the day, not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? While prices rising, out here inflation rates rising, all this cost of living going up like crazy, that money sitting in the shoebox, that money sitting in the saving account, it's not doing nothing. It's not going up in value either. A dollar gonna be a dollar to the day we die. I'm sorry to tell you that. But everything else going up.
And the dollar lost its value.
It's losing value. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what got into my mind. I need to let my money work for me. I need my money to be doing something for me. And a lot of folks I talk to that pretty much like-minded, like our old selves, they scared to invest. They scared to lose money, which is understandable.
What's the saying of the chain gang? Scared money what?
Don't make no money. So, I mean, I was out there hitting licks, robbing, trying to make some money. So why not invest and try to make some money? It's all an investment and it's all a risk. As long as you ain't scared to take a risk, I think that's the first hump you gotta get over. That scared of taking a risk. You know what I'm saying? Cause there ain't nothing guaranteed. All you can do is plot the best, plan the best, and really think this process out. But it ain't nothing guaranteed, I can tell you that right now. So I ain't gonna sit up here and lie to you.
Another thing I want to talk about is these nonprofits, right? So when you first file and get your nonprofit, incorporated, it's not tax exempt. It's not a 501c3, right? Which means that if a business donates $2,500, they can't get no tax break at the end of the year for $2,500 because it's not tax exempt yet.
Okay.
So the process is that you file your paperwork, and it takes a little bit of time depending on who you get to file your paperwork, how professional they are. They can get it from 6 months to 2 years to be tax exempt. When it is tax exempt, I'm saying tax exempt, you don't need it to be tax exempt to fundraise for your nonprofit. But I'm saying tax exempt because Walmart, FedEx, UPS, Fortune 500 companies have grant programs for nonprofit organizations, depending on if it's educational, charitable, scientific, depending on what 7 different categories your nonprofit fits into.
Okay.
So the nonprofit that I have is called the Rose Foundation. We're trying to get him to be the board of directors to the Rose Foundation. It's going to happen, you know what I'm saying? When this does happen, we will fundraise by throwing events for children. ROSE stands for Reward Our Students Education. And not just students as in kids, even though that's who we're going to target first, but even adults that are trying to change their life too.
Sir.
But we want to give them real incentives. If we can incorporate some way, somehow to give these children money. Think about like high school kids, if they're making A's over a 3.0 GPA, let's give them some money. Because guess what, high school, what you want? You want a car when you're in high school.
Believe it.
So,
Believe it.
and if your nonprofit is tax exempt, you could go to car dealerships and get them to donate cars. Donate 5 cars that are $2,500 a piece. You know what I'm saying? And that's a tax write-off for them at the end of the year. And you just got 5 cars to give away to some kids that gonna need it for when they go to college. Especially if they're getting over the 3.0 GPA and they get scholarships, right?
Nice.
This is what we're trying to incorporate. But the reason why I brought up the nonprofit is because you can also get paid in a nonprofit. A lot of people like, how can you get paid? It's a nonprofit for a reason. The only position that doesn't get paid in a nonprofit is the board of directors. In the state of Florida, you gotta have 3 board of directors to start a nonprofit, right? So as board of directors, we wouldn't get paid. But as the CEO, as the president, as the vice president, secretary, treasurer, all those positions can get paid. So we're trying to get paid doing that, circling our own money. And this is what you do, right? If my businesses owe a whole bunch of money to the government, why not donate that money to the nonprofit organization? So now you get that tax break for all your businesses, but now you get to use that money to help these kids out, however you want to help them. I mean buying the MacBooks, buying them real stuff that they can use to better their future, not just toys. Don't get me wrong, elementary kids, we could get them educational toys because they do have those.
Yes, sir.
You can get them whatever type of thing that you can get them to help better themselves, right? And it's all about creating an incentive that'll make them want to keep getting good grades, right? Because it instills a habit of, if I keep doing my best, I'm rewarded. Because when it comes down to it, life only gives you what you deserve. Life doesn't give you what you want. And this is what we're trying to instill in kids at a young age. Like, man, you work hard, you grind, and you put in the work, you make these good grades, you can achieve rewards.
Yes, sir.
But hopefully we'll be able to keep them innovative enough to be able to use their creative minds at a young age to go ahead and make money with their imagination instead of having to go make someone else rich for their company.
Yes, sir.
This is what the Rose Foundation is all about, and you can use it to pay yourself at the same time.
Yes, sir.
I said in another video that average CEO of a nonprofit makes $120,000 a year. Grant writers make like $60,000 a year, we're gonna need grant writers for a nonprofit, you know what I'm saying? And you pay them for the position. They gotta do the work. They gotta put all these events together.
Yeah.
They have to make sure everything lines up. All our books are lined up. Ain't nothing illegal going on. But I just want to let you know this is a way that you can, one, give back to the community, two, help better the world, and three, get an income while doing it.
Can't beat it. And also with the Rose Foundation, we're trying to push relatability. Like, we're trying to reach out to the inner city youth, inner city adults as well, people from the streets, people in prison, getting out of prison, all that. We're trying to reach out to them and let them understand people like you can also do this, you know what I'm saying? People like us, which is people like yourself, can also do this. Like, I don't understand why me and him, we come from certain areas of the city, raised up a certain way, why we gotta sit here. We could sit here all day and scheme about how we could buy this weed, we could buy this coke, and come up with a whole business idea of how to sell drugs to make a profit. Why we can't scheme legally? Why we can't scam legally?
Let's go buy these businesses for cheap across seas, get them over here for the low, add our little price on them, market them on social media.
I mean, it's the same thing as like drug dealers. I'm not saying they're the same, but it's the same idea. It's trying to make a profit. Like, it's simple. I come to this man, okay, bro, we go buy a pound of weed for $700. We flip it, we break it down to dime, we might can make $1,200. But I come to the same man and tell him, hey, listen, but it's a stock called IDEX. This is what it's about. We got faith in the stock. This is what I believe could happen. It's the same thing because selling weed ain't a guarantee. And the prison yard is full of people who will tell you that selling weed and coconut is not a guarantee you're going to succeed.
You go back to jail,
and
lose it all.
Lose it all. And the same thing with stocks, but we got firm belief in this stuff and we going to take the risk. And I could break down these stocks so he could break down these nonprofits to me. And we could patch up and do what we do and make it happen, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a firm believer in a strong team. I know some people feel like, oh, go dolo and that. Nah, I'm a firm believer in a strong team. Because if I got 10 bands, he got 10 bands, now we got 20 bands to make something happen. And it's all about percentages, not just profits, percentages. You know what I'm saying?
And imagine if it's 10 of us, we got 100 bands.
The whole team was successful. So felons.
Come on, man, what can we not accomplish? Me and this man are ordinary people. Me and this man was considered scum of the earth. A lot of people still look at us like that because of our backgrounds and our history.
But I don't care. I don't care. As long as my money blue, man, what they gonna tell me? They can't tell me nothing. So yeah, they do look at us like that, but it's not a big deal, man. They don't pave my path for me. We pave our own path. That's how it's gonna be. Man, get invested, man. Get invested. Like you say, don't just waste your whole life working for somebody else. But now, if you're cool with that, that's on you. But I really feel like you should take the extra money you got sitting around collecting dust and collecting what, like 0.3% a year in a saving account? Yeah. Man, it stocks every day, going up 10% daily. So the same $100 you got in the saving accounts is getting 3% for the year. It took you 365 days to make $3, which I'm telling you, it could take you literally an hour to make $10 off $100. Now imagine you got 100 grand, you got a couple grands, and stocks is flying, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna give you a whole other video on stocks some other time. I'm finna break it down to y'all in layman terms to where you can understand, because they try to, I feel like when it comes to all this other stuff, that's, what you wanna call it, Wall Street type stuff? Yeah. They try to,
that's what it is.
They try to throw a whole bunch of jargon and lingo to throw us off, to where they kind of scare us from
taking that chance.
Yeah. But what I did and what he did was we read it ourselves, we studied ourselves, and we finna take this Wall Street bullshit they got going on, and I'm finna just explain it to it in the way I talk, in the way he talk, in layman terms and regular jargon.
To where kindergartners can understand.
Understand, you know what I'm saying?
This is a good point that I want to bring up too. Like, me and him getting out of prison, we don't know multi-millionaires and we don't have a millionaire circle. And you see constantly and read constantly about these millionaires saying your income is based off the 5 closest people in your life. None of the 5 closest people in my life is a millionaire. None. They're not even 100,000-aires, right? They're not even 100,000-aires. So the thing is that I had to do when I got out was create my own circle, and how I did it was built my circle on social media. I built my circle on YouTube and stuff for like when I'm in the gym, I listen to David Goggins. I don't know you know who that is, but a Navy SEAL. But when it comes to physically training, he's a monster, right? And this who you want to listen to while you're working out. Someone that's physically a monster is gonna keep pushing you physically. When it comes to finances, side hustles and stuff, JT hustles all day. Robert Kiyosaki all day. When it comes to accounting, you gotta Google and look and search. You gotta do all this and build your own network, your own circle off of social media, because the information is out there now. It ain't like you really gotta know these people for real.
Yeah, this is what they kill you at, because the information is out there, but it's like they trying to hide it, but not hide it. That's why you got all this bullshit algorithm.
And they want you to pay for this.
You go one time and go look up a rapper, boom, boom, they got your whole algorithm as a rapper. No important information. They try to hide it, but you got to go search for these things. It's not even hard to search for. But they want to keep you blinded because they don't want you to cross over into this realm. They don't want that. What it's called, disrupt the chain of balance. That's what we going to do.
Got to, man.
Got to.
Because, what's it called, going back to prison?
Recidivism.
Yeah, the recidivism rate is so high. People going back, being incarcerated because it's all they know. They scared to get out and make that change. We trying to break that, man.
And prison do not help you. It's not correctional. It's not a rehab. I swear prison is just built to make you to come back to prison. That's all it's built for.
So the camera done burnt out on us. It got too hot. We were shooting a whole bunch of videos, right? But this is just the end. We had to come back a couple days later, you know what I'm saying? Busy schedule, so we couldn't really shoot it right after. But what we did want to say is this whole message was basically saying, like, anybody can do this, man. We done spent a third of our lives incarcerated.
Yes,
a third of our lives incarcerated.
Yes, sir.
So to get out of prison, be able to accomplish the type of things that we're accomplishing, you can do the same thing. And we're not the people to just come here and say, hey, you can do it because we can do it. We're about to drop some videos on what exactly we're doing and how we're doing it. We're not going to tell you to invest your money into stuff. We're going to tell you to what?
Research, find out the risk it involves, do your own due diligence, you know what I'm saying? Because we ain't financial advisors, we ain't your accountant, we ain't your whatever.
No lawyers.
We ain't lawyers, we just
go get professional help. Inquire about everything we talk about. Ask anybody you can ask that is a professional when it comes to the nonprofits that we break down, when it comes to financial investments. Go talk to professionals. We are people out the chain gang that's clearing a path. You ever seen them movies where they on a treasure hunt in some lost city and they gotta clear a path through the woods out of nothing? That's what we're doing. Where did you hear what we said? We spent over 10 years of our lives incarcerated. We're clearing a path out of nothing, learning the hard way, unfortunately. But our work ethic is what sets us apart. We're not different from nobody in any manner except our work ethic. We're kind of hard. We're very ambitious. We're hard to beat when it comes to working. It's just...
That's all I'm finna tell y'all, man. The only limits you got is the limits you put on yourself, man. I'm on that Dragon Ball Z Vegeta lifestyle, man. We breaking all limits, man. Like,
Super Saiyan
we
God
ain't putting no chains and no bonds on our mind, on our body, on nothing, man. We finna just continue to power up and take stuff to the next level, man. Don't limit yourself, man.
Stay tuned. Subscribe. Share the video.
And come right back, man. Cause my next video, my boy finna bust down non-profits, man. And now I'm finna break down cryptocurrency for y'all, man, to where anybody can understand. But remember though, do your own research.
Stay tuned.
You got the same show.